Hello, you're on MIW, the YouTube channel. I'm here with Mr. Ahmed Buhari. Mr. Ahmed Buhari was our aspiring presidential candidate one time, and he's an entrepreneur at the same time. This is a Northern Youth Summit, and he has come as a host, as a guest, as a mentor. He has come as different things to just come and try and share his view on what the youth are facing and experiencing here in Northern Nigeria. It's so nice to have you on the platform.
It's my pleasure. Good afternoon.
So first of all, I'd just like you to please explain who is the youth, because I think I overheard somebody saying that he's not part of the youth and he's, well, almost 50. So I want to be sure, because that's the perception I actually had of the youth. Is 50 out of, or is 48 out of the youth population?
Well, it depends. At the end of the day, it's just semantics. Whenever the white people design, we just put it like that and expect us to follow.
So it's a stencil.
It's exactly. But I think what is fundamental here is a young person, an aspiring person, a person who believes he's got so much more to do with life in life, a person who is hopeful for a better tomorrow, passionate about those. That person still falls within that category of people that you would call young people. But again, the general acceptability is anybody who's between the ages of 18 and 35.
Okay.
I wouldn't regard myself as a youth. However, I would like to associate myself with the youth.
Yes.
If their pains are the same kind of pains I share, yes, affect me. And if I believe that a functional youth society can better my own progress, I will want to support that youth system. Yes, I did contest for the office of the president. I made a declaration in 2016. The same people you saw here clapping for me were the same people that laughed at me when I said this thing. But you see, the first thing you must understand is you must be able to believe in yourself. You must be able to define yourself. Who am I? What can I do? Why do I want to do this? That is the only time people can start paying attention to you.
Yes.
Now, I believe we've been able to, crack the political space to say, you know what, we may be young, but we're not stupid.
We can do it.
We can do this. We have great ideas. The only thing the older guys used in defeating us in the last election was more money. And when you dig down to the root of this money, there's money that they actually got through means that cannot be totally understood.
Yes, it's understandable.
Exactly. So now, what I'm trying to hope and see that this event would achieve, because this is not the first time
it's not the first, like I said.
We've had many summits.
Over and over again.
We know what the problems of Arewa is, from Almajiranchi to poor economic system,
drug abuse,
to the poor family structure. All of these are problems that are very glaring. However, what do we do, or what must we do to ensure that these things are working?
Yes.
When I spoke earlier on stage, I said mentorship is the missing link between our generation. There's a void.
And the previous generation.
Absolutely, and unfortunately, the void keeps increasing. And you see, when that void keeps increasing, that space will be filled with so many nonsense.
True.
And those are the vices you now see in society affecting us generally.
So what are you going to say is going to bridge this gap?
So the reason why that gap exists is because of two things. First of all, an economic viability.
Okay.
When I was growing up, I was born in the late 70s, but when I was growing up through the 80s, I remember very clearly that there was hardly a town in northern Nigeria that didn't have an economic hub.
Yes,
something that was
what you said,
industries, factories. Back then, where you had places like cotton industry, you had people that were doing a lot of other things with regards to industry.
Doing things.
People were busy. I tell you, in Kano, as you approach Kano, then you will see buses that were ready to take people from the outskirts of Kano into the city to get new people that would do night shift.
So that's really
so there was
impressive.
daytime shift and there was nighttime shift. Of course, we know now power came in and affected a lot of things.
Yes.
But we must go back. We cannot let that be our excuse. If there are factories functioning in Ibadan, in Lagos, in Abia,
so why not?
Why not here?
Yes.
And the good part is there are lots of farm implements that you can use now that are driven by solar. There are a lot of industries that can function with solar. So we've got a lot of sunshine here. Let us leverage on this and use the new technological advancement.
Utilize what we have.
We have to. We don't have a choice. Because the only way all of this we talked about today, lovely faces, good speeches,
everything.
At the end of the day, the real people are not in the AC room.
Yes,
they are out there in the grassroots, and we need to make sure that we pay attention to them, because after you've made all the money you have made, so much money in your pocket, you will not be able to spend it because you are living in fear. Because the society that you have left
will not accept
will not
you for what
allow
you,
you
yes,
to enjoy your life,
yes.
which is why it's a concern for all of us.
Yes.
This is what I think. Northern Nigerians must identify themselves. Now, young people must come together to say, you've got 100,000, you've got 10 million, you've got 100 million, you've got 1 billion. Please do not put it in the bank. Let us bring it together and start a Northern Nigeria development company.
And are you talking about every state within the north to be like a...
We could be smart enough by saying we're starting with pilot phases.
Okay.
We pick on strategic locations and say we could do something in outskirts. And this is must not be situated in the heart of the cities. They have to be in the outskirts.
So
because the other thing that we must pay attention to is an urban-rural migration, not a rural-urban migration. So people must start loosening the city up and know that you can live anywhere
you want.
good life. If you live in England,
classes.
some of the richest people in England are the farmers. So we must say, even if it's agriculture we want to invest in, we must move this agriculture from peasant agriculture to a kind of agriculture that is going to be sustainable, so that we are enjoying the entire value chain of this our agricultural produce, whether it was starting from the agricultural produce from the farm gate, or we are going from the farm gate, we are going to ensure that we have factories that would process whatever we take from the farm. We know what we are storing. We know how we ensure that we push this into the market, periodically, so that the price of maize in January is the same as price of maize in November. It doesn't affect the price, regardless. This has got to be invested in. We must also ensure that we know who's going to be packaging this, who's going to be doing the logistics for this. This is how our people are going to get the jobs. But we must also remind our people that, look, it's just the same thing with the rural system that has been talked about over and over.
Against it. So there has to be just one platform.
Yes, I would rather say, you know what, let's not worry about having these rural settlements anywhere else that there's fear. Let us concentrate in the north.
I think I brought about that so that it's easier for people.
Because for us, we know that the Fulani people are very peaceful people. And so we must ask ourselves, why are the Fulani people all of a sudden becoming aggressive? There's a reason for everything. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Definitely.
So before now, the West African treaty allowed these people, herders, to move around strategic locations in the entire West African region for the purpose of feeding these cattle and finding a market for the livestock. However, everybody has gone back to agriculture. So even lands that you normally would have,
yes, there are usually disputes because of that.
Now those lands are now investment where people have made their farm ridges and are now growing. Yes. So when these cattle come and trample upon them, you have actually trampled on someone's investment. And contrary to the view that people say that the Fulani man prefers his cattle, no, he just likes his investment. Right. Because at the end of the day,
that's what
the bane of all the discussions we're having is about economics. The money.
Yes.
Why are you into agriculture? Money. Why are you into livestock?
Money. So it's all about money.
So now what we're saying is, let's have a way to distinguish an area where your livestock is being done and where you have your farming.
Yes.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. However, because of the fear that exists in the hearts of our people, sometimes or just for biased reasons, sometimes for selfish reasons, I think it's important for us to now say, you know what, we're going to focus on the north. We're going to ensure that we invest in this. Even if you and I decide to be grass growers, we take grass to these ranches or this rural settlement, we will make money for ourselves. Even if we would start saying we're going to site a dairy farm, do you know there are over 10 million cattle in this country, but we still import milk every day.
Milk products, well, a lot of such.
We spend millions of dollars importing milk every day when we have this here, but we're not able to organize it properly because everything is scattered all over the place. What about the skin? When are we going to start collecting the skin and
utilize that
and ensuring that we process it to the finest level? Do you know that Louis Vuitton recently released a report in 2016 saying that Kano State is the largest supplier of leather?
So you can imagine a large designer.
So now we just need to process this more and ask Louis Vuitton to come here and site that factory. These are the things we expect our leaders to be thinking and doing. Yes. We are great as a region, but we must start believing that that greatness is there and we must utilize it. So the other thing we must do is when all these things are in place, you find out that the people living in the rural areas are busy. They're doing things.
They're doing something so there'll be less crime.
It takes them away from crime. It takes them away from drug abuse. It takes them away from almajirantry. In fact, we also must educate our families using religious leaders, using traditional rulers, and telling them that, look, you see all this. You see all these things that are happening is because we have allowed our family system to be loose.
And that's why it's divided.
Do not bring kids into this world if you cannot take care of them. And that quality is better than quantity.
True.
This is just the reality. And if you're not ready to do this, I doubt if this region would ever get out of the shackles.
Thank you so much.
My
Mr.
pleasure.
Ahmed.
My
It's
pleasure.
nice to have you
Thank
share the
you.
platform. I'm sure our listeners and watchers have picked a lot of things from what you said.
I hope
but
so.
even I know I have taken. So I do hope that there will be a progress report and action will be done so that we take Nigeria to the next level as they say. And it was nice having you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.